Hey guys, Brian here, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about cost basis and what happens if your strike price that you chose is now in the money and you're going to get assigned, and what you should do, or you're already assigned and the stock price is currently below what you originally had. Because this is a common question that happens all the time. I get asked this all the time when I teach people. And then now that I opened up that Discord, I got a few people asking that. And the more and more I make videos, the more questions. And like I said, I'm trying to give as much value to the people because I believe in helping people. I'm a nurse by trade. That's my W-2 job. And my whole thing is like education, patient education. You guys are all my patients. That was my knee. But I want to teach you guys what you guys got to do. So for me, especially this is going to happen to me. So if I sold a put for this Friday at a strike price at 400. The current stock price is like 392 or 390, whatever it is. It's like $10 away from my strike. So 4 p.m. Friday, if it doesn't go above 400 bucks, I'm gonna have to buy 100 shares at 400 bucks, no matter what the price is below. No matter what the price is, if it's 390 on Friday, 4 p.m., I'm gonna have to buy 100 shares of Tesla at 400 bucks. So I'm gonna start Monday off negative because that's the current stock price. So what do you do in that if that case happens? Let's jump right into my desktop and I will show you exactly what I would do. Of course, guys, none of this financial advice. I always have to say that because this is just personally what I'm doing. So say this was last week, right? Say I got assigned 100 shares of Tesla last week at 400 bucks. This is the best way I could show it. So the current stock price is 396. So I am below what I bought it for. So I'm down $4 per share, right? So the way you have to do this to make sure you don't lose, because the only way you do lose is if you sell the stocks that you were assigned, the ones that you just bought, below your cost basis. My cost basis is 400, right? So what you would have to do is for like this week's call, say I would have to choose 400 or above. Simple as that. The reason why 400, because that's what I bought the 100 shares at, is at 400. So it's my break even. I get paid 655 bucks to do it. So that's still really freaking solid. But the reason why the price, like the premium is so high still, is because this is a very volatile stock. If you're doing this with more more stable stocks, even if you're doing this with like Nvidia or AMD or any of those ones, like those big hitters, you're not going to get this much money on on the premium. You'll get a good amount, but you won't get this much. Plus, if you look at it, it's probably a probably a high delta. It's like, oh, it's like 41%. So it's solid. So you always want to put your covered calls if you're cool, if your risk is high, you can put it at like a 40 delta and like 30 to 40 delta, and just make sure it's above your cost basis to make sure you don't lose. So what I personally would do is like if I was scared that this might not go back to 400, I would go right at the 400 and keep collecting the 655 or whatever it's going to be. And then the next question I usually get, like, what if it drops significantly below what if it drops significantly below, right? So like so far from where it currently is now. So like current stock price is 396, and say we bought Tesla at like 430, right? Like yeah, you could just put it at 430 and collect the 130 bucks, but you're also like, dang, that's so much premium being missed. Like yeah, you could go back to like the 400 and collect that 655. But remember, the risk is you're down $30 per share. That's a lot of money, $30 per share. So that's like 3 grand down if the strike price by the end of the week ends up being above 400 bucks because you'll have to sell your 100 shares at 400 bucks. So what I always say is like let the price kind of chase you. I'd actually be a little bit more like less risky actually. I'd probably put this for like a 20 delta, like 21 delta, 20 or 21 delta, like around here, the 417 or 415. I'd collect this premium, like the 247 or 282. And if it gets close to it, I'm doing it just for the week. If it gets close to it, you could just roll it out. You can roll it out to the next week or 2 weeks so you could get another credit. Um, start making bigger premiums on the covered call side. So this is like just what showing you what I personally would do. It's really simple, and this is how you make money and making sure that you don't lose. Like the only way you do lose is if there's like a big crash and then you're just dropping way below your cost basis, and you got to get out of plays. And the only way I'm getting out of plays like that is if I'm trading too leveraged on margin. And I actually don't recommend doing that if you're new and if you don't have like cash reserves on the back end to fund your account. If you do get margin call, that's like you don't want to be selling stuff that you don't want to have to that you don't want to sell just to cover your margin call. Like that's what you got to look at. But overall, I wanted to make this video really short for you guys because I respect your time and I got a lot of things to do. My kids want me to play with them, so I'm gonna go play with my kids. And I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to learn more, got resources all in the links down below. I got a Discord. I did have to put a paywall up because a lot of people are trying to scam people in there. So it's slowly coming along. If you want to get into that, you gotta contact me directly. I'm posting all my plays in there as they come. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.